Yo. Oh, I should have cleared my throat just before that went live, shouldn't I? That caught me by surprise. I am slightly coming down with a cold. And hello, world. Hey, nobody. How's it going, man? Yeah. Starting a new week of live streams on a Tuesday night. Oof. And yeah. I don't know what else to say. We're starting another week of live streams. 2 days of my work week down. 2 to go, because it's a short week this week because of the fertility festival of Eoster, where if we are to honor the spirit of the rite of fertility, we need to drink, eat, and fuck. So that's the appropriate thing to do this weekend. Annette, I'm disappearing into the background. Blackground. Am I? I would have thought I was really contrast. Oh, with the shirt. Right, so I'm like a disembodied head. No, that makes sense. Yes. Oh, yeah, nobody, you got your lockdown to start the week. Yikes. Yeah, we had one of those earlier in the year. For less reason than you, actually, because there seems to be a few cases popping up in Brisbane. So I guess they want to do shit tons of testing over the next couple of days, and hope the contact tracing is working, and a little fence gets put around this, and things go back to normal pretty quickly. Chris, hello. How are you, sir? So, yes, again, there's like, I saw news stories in France. It's like, numbers are getting out of control. Doctors worried the hospitals are going to be overrun and they'll have to turn patients away, begging the government to do another countrywide shutdown. It's all going to hell. Brisbane has 10 cases in total get shut down. But we want to keep it as close to zero. Yeah, Chris, it's a classic example of it only requires one person to get infected and to not realize it, and then to be wandering around the community for a week before they realize they've actually positive. So they've exposed potentially hundreds of people, and those hundreds of people have exposed potentially thousands of people. It's like, just like that. So it's probably going to be contained. Next couple of days will tell. So, yeah, it's a persistent bugger. And we are not helped by, I don't know, our federal government seems completely fucking unable to roll out a vaccine. If we'd at least had health workers and people working in quarantine centres vaccinated, this probably wouldn't have happened. And another man in lockdown land, Shield Z. How's it going? You like put up barbed wire around your fortress island to keep it out? Is that a thing you can do? It's probably not a thing you're allowed to do, actually. So, take it back. Yeah, 15 cases. There will probably be more, but so like, for instance, when, Melbourne, we had a lockdown. It was for one case, and there turned out to not be any more. I don't think Brisbane and greater areas around it are going to be able to relax restrictions after 3 days. Might not have to have such a strict lockdown, but I don't think you're going to be able to completely relax restrictions. Yes, I did see that quote today as well, Chris. The head of the CDC says she fears impending doom. Cases going up all over the place in US. And I did say this, that I was very worried about what the next 6 months would bring. People foolishly thinking, oh, it's over, there's a vaccine, but not enough people are vaccinated. And a lot of people never will be. No, but do you think it might go better if we had humans running the country instead of the dinosaurs? The federal Liberal Party suck shit. They really do. We have only kept COVID under control in Australia because of the actions of the state governments. At the federal level, they just suck. So, is that true? Shieldsy, I hadn't been keeping up. There are some cases in northern New South Wales. Some of the holiday spots, if I remember rightly. Just in time for school holidays. Hoorah. Chris, you're going to be vaccinated soon. Good luck to you, sir. I probably won't be for a couple of months. As I said the other day, Mrs. Angry has had her first dose because she works in health. So she'll have her second dose in another couple of weeks. Then I'll be eligible depending how quickly the Commonwealth Serum Laboratory churns out the vaccine they're making and how well the distribution actually goes, because at the moment the distribution is what the problem is. But if the distribution gets happening, I might be vaccinated in 2 months. Who knows? Who knows? And once more, I just want to say fucking hoorah for the scientists and doctors who worked on the development of these vaccines, because this time last year, we did not know if we would ever have a vaccine, because we hadn't had an effective vaccine for a coronavirus ever. We obviously had different influenza vaccines, but they were rhinoviruses. This is the first coronavirus vaccine. So yay, humans, go. Yes, I did see that, Shieldsy, that masks mandated statewide. Chris, the girlfriend and your mum have been vaccinated. You're going to join them? Nice. Yes, and now that the vaccines get wider and wider in the community, getting solid evidence that they don't just protect the person vaccinated, because of course what can happen, obviously you're vaccinated, you can still get exposed to the virus, but your body just knows how to fight it, and so you're cool. But there's a danger that even though you're vaccinated and comparatively safe, you might be able to transmit the virus to other people. We now have pretty strong evidence that being vaccinated makes you 90% less likely to transmit the virus to someone else, which is fucking great news. So yeah. Chris, you're going to wear your mask for a long time no matter what. Yeah, well, it's always been popular in Southeast Asia. Nobody can't help wonder if we should keep the masks indefinitely. I did my first supermarket trip the other day. I suppose it was it might have been Sunday. And that was the first time in a long time that there hasn't been a rule about wearing a mask in a supermarket. And I wore one anyway. I noticed only about 1 in 10 people were wearing the masks. I don't mind wearing it. She was saying waiting list in Queensland is till June. Well, see, for some reason, the distribution, the rollout is getting fucked up because we have available vaccine and the federal government is fucking up the rollout. I mean, they just need to hand it over to the states who control the medical infrastructure, really. But I don't know. Everything Morrison touched with regards to the vaccine, he's fucked up. Every public statement he's made has been wrong. He's just such a fucking clown. Yeah, nobody will. You're just the latest declared hotspot. And the capital cities are always going to be hotspots because that's where people returning from overseas land. And that's our infection vector at the moment. People coming back from overseas. What is this red dot on my computer saying? You motherfucker. It better not restart. I'm going to try and remember to do the restart at the end of the stream so it doesn't do it to me again tomorrow. Just like, fucking computer, if you just out of the blue force a restart in the middle of this stream, I'll be really pissed off. So don't do it. Chris, maybe the end of the year for us. Who knows? Yeah. And there are obviously virtually everywhere else in the world has a more pressing need for vaccine than us. It's a little bit greedy, actually, having vaccine here. But if it's here, I'm going to get it. We're trying to help our northern neighbor, Papua New Guinea, which seems to be having a very big problem with a vaccine, and people are trying to get a plan in place to get significant vaccine doses to Papua New Guinea to try and get things under control, because things are looking a bit problematic up there. We don't want that. We don't want that. Did anything else big happen in the news? I'm just going to look at the news headlines while we're talking. So, Queensland travel, wild scenes as passengers flee Jetstar flight in Sydney. That sounds fun. What's that about? Incredible footage has captured the moment passengers on a flight to Brisbane were told about lockdown and they did not mess around. So what happened? They scramble for the exit door. So the Jetstar flight was on the tarmac at the airport when the pilot said they were about to fly into a lockdown, and about a third of the passengers on the plane said, no fucking thank you, not going into lockdown. Oh, that's interesting. It's better than being in the air and finding out and you can't turn around. GLT, crap state government's behind the rollout up here. So they're in car park vaccine clinic hasn't started. Yeah, I have to admit I don't know a lot of the detail, but it's clearly being held up around the country, not just in Queensland. Byron B fears COVID-19 outbreak. Dun, dun, dun. So, ooh, that's a fun headline. Headless bodies litter streets of Mozambique town. An Islamic State extremist group, bunch of cunts. Oh, okay. Here's what's happening at Melbourne. MaxFast vaccination hubs. Response commander pleaded with public not to show up. State's priority needs to be administering injections to frontline workers. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Okay. That's interesting. More people were rocking up than they wanted to get vaccinated. Hellion, hello, Kirsten. Was there in Shieldsy, there was people in the air had to turn around at Brisbane Airport. That was lucky they could do that, because that's not always something you can do. Albanese's talking up a COVID recovery fund if Labor win an election. I think he kind of thinks he might get one. Underworld figures are soon. What do we get? There was a flyover Canberra to mark 100 years of the RAF. Oh, yes, all our memes are over now because the big container ship in the Suez Canal got freed much faster than anyone thought it would. So, yay for that, I suppose. What else have we got? Anything much happening in the world? No, anything. Oh God, this is something going mad on Kickstarter. It'll probably end up being one of those ones that never gets delivered. What is it? Tundra Tracker. The Steam VR tracking tracker in development. Had a 250K Kickstarter goal, hit it in less than 24 hours, and has already hit 600,000 with 59 days to go. Jesus. Now, here's the thing. See, what often happens, because that's a hardware thing, and there's a whole manufacturing thing to go on. And can their manufacturing actually deliver on that demand's a big one. Robot Man Greg, good evening, sir. Yeah, Kirsten, you're saying like even with the thing being open, overseas freight has been delayed by months. It's interesting. People talk about 60 million, 100 million lost, billions lost. Well, it's delayed. It's not actually. Some of it will be lost because there might be some stuff that's not usable because of delays. But for all the talk about, the billions being lost, the majority of that's not lost. It's just delayed. In terms of global commerce, that will even out over the coming months and things will be normal. So those figures the media were throwing around about billions lost is not true. It was billions delayed, but most of it's going to end up where it is, even if it's a month or two late, and which can be inconvenient, which in some cases can be catastrophic. It absolutely can be, but most of it's going to get where it's going. Just takes time. But hey, Kirsten, the big question though, because you told us previously about the Australian Whiskey Awards, which, yes, I voted for Archie Rose. And actually not just as a favour, because I've got the Archie Rose rye and it's very good. But if the results from the Whiskey Awards come out and Archie Rose does well, what's going to sell out? What do I have to order before it disappears? That's all I'm thinking about. If they're going to be declared Australia's best whiskey, what do I need to get before it disappears? Oh, it's been on, and Archie Rose won big. There you go. I wasn't paying attention to the dates, I guess. I got an email about the new bottled cocktail. The Nugato bottled cocktail actually sounds pretty good. It's an Easter thing. So a nougat-inspired cocktail. It's got gin, pandan, amaretto, and dark chocolate, backed up by a hint of rose. Sounds pretty good. Everything's still sold out. It's not saying that on the website. So, oh yeah, it is. Sorry. When I go and look at the individual things, it says sold out. Well, you know, you got to love that, don't you? In you know, you'd probably prefer to have stock and keep selling it. You know, single malt and rye are both sold out. Well, I've got the rye. Maybe when things restocked, I'll get the single malt. Oh, and I was asking Kirsten earlier about a particular Tasmanian gin to see if it was any good because it was on sale at Costco, and Kirsten said it was. So I'm getting that. And I also I went a bit crazy. I thought, well, if I'm ordering something, I'm going to order a bunch of stuff, and yeah, the Costco also had some Lark single malt on sale, and the Lark distillery in Tasmania is probably Australia's premier whiskey distillery. They have incredibly expensive whiskies, and this one wasn't incredibly expensive, so I got it as well. Shieldsy, you were going to go up Sunshine Coast on Wednesday. Yep, that's not happening, buddy. That's not a good idea anymore. So nobody. Anyone ever kind of tuck their feet under their roller computer chair? Oh, god damn it. No, I usually twist my ankle doing that. You say you had your feet tucked under. I do that, and you rolled, and you're not wearing shoes, and you ran over your toes. Oh fuck! Ow! Fuck! Ow! I'm actually wincing in sympathetic pain. Just the thought of that, I'm fucking horrified, and I'm just in sympathetic pain, mate. But no, I normally bloody twist my ankle because I sit stupidly with my feet twisted under me, and then I move, and it's like put too much weight on the wrong bit, and go, "Oh, that was a mistake, fucking idiot." I was going to say that, Kirsten, but I wasn't sure if it was accurate. The Lark Distillery is Australia's oldest craft distillery. Nice. Our man Bill Lark was the one that breathed new life into Australian distilling. Uncle Bill probably doesn't like being called that. But yes, Lark are very widely renowned whiskies, and they cost a fortune. So Bill Lark actually got the laws changed. Wow. So people could legally distill. Excellent. Well, that's a huge fucking plus as far as I'm concerned. I just have I've got a Lark liqueur. I might even have a little sip of it later. Lark do a single malt honey liqueur called a Schlanche after the Irish toast. He calls himself Whiskey Godfather. Okay, call him the Godfather. That's fine. Yes, so that's the only Lark product I have at the moment. They're a honey liqueur called Schlanche. And it's so fucking good. It is so fucking good. Nobody, another thing you've managed to do before is accidentally press on the height adjusting lever and drop the seat with you. Yes. No, I've done that one. Having the legs under the chair and drop the chair and legs get kind of crushed under it. Yep. God, you keep giving me all these sympathetic pains. I just think, oh no, that's awful. Oh, Kirsty doesn't even object to Whiskey Grandfather. What whiskey was at Costco? Wait a sec. Let me check because I should have an order confirmation in my email. Just gonna work out which account I'm logged into here. Which account am I logged into? Okay. Order placed. So I ordered a little Jack Daniel's gift pack because that's good for cocktails. A gin called 40 Spotted, Lark Symphony #1 malt whiskey. And just for a laugh, I got the Costco brand XO Cognac, which they go to France and buy from expensive French distilleries who say you have to swear blind you'll never tell anyone who you bought this from. And Costco are like, yeah. And they market French cognac under their own name. Oh, no. Nobody. Don't talk about man injuries on bikes. Oh, no. No. Awful stuff. Awful stuff. Oh, nobody. I'm talking too much about whiskey, making you fancy a drink. So, yeah, I got a little sample pack of high-end Jack Daniels. Like each one's enough for one cocktail, like 50 mils. So that's good for comparison cocktails. Did I miss any other news? Dangerous Android app pretends to be a system update to steal your data. Ooh, damn. That is bad. Apple to let repairers sign up to spare parts program. What do you say? Get a Wiggles t-shirt? Why not? Newly discovered black hole could have formed before the first stars and galaxies. Then again, maybe not. Who fucking knows? Ooh, excellent news. Researchers have discovered how animals grow horns and antlers, and then hopefully they can gene splice us so we can grow antlers. I would like antlers. I'm just saying. Antlers would be cool. Or maybe like Texas Longhorn horns out the side of my head. I reckon that would be good and potentially useful. Yes, I thought that was probably Lark's twofold equivalent. The Symphony was like $119. Symphony Blend also has Nant Spirit, which makes the whiskey nerds mad at it. What is Nant Spirit? It's so the whiskey nerds are saying it's not a pure whiskey, obviously. So what have you done with injuries? Bikes? You had your mountain bike rollover going 40 km, brakes jamming up here. God damn. Yes, this is and now we get pagan, have antlers. What would be great for midwinter and midsummer festivals. So if you're hoping the Brisbane Broncos still come down from Sydney, didn't they do the fucking bolt? Like when there was news of an impending lockdown, they were just like, get the fuck out of the city. Still raining, Shieldsy. No lawn mowing. We're getting some nice weather now down here after we did kind of get the tail end of your rain. Not like flooding rain, just a little bit. So what do we got for the rest of the week? 22, 30. Fucking 30 on Saturday. Holy shit. I mean, that's not unheard of for March, April. We always get weather like that occasionally. So, yeah, we're going 22, 27, 28, 30. Then 22, 20. So, fucking, it's going to be really warm on Saturday. Oh, right. Nant was the distillery that filled fake battles and ripped a bunch of people off. Yes. And so whiskey nerds are mad at them because they've given Nant money. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Safa, should you get pissed on your birthday and Friday? If the opportunity arises, why not? Oh, God, nobody's mountain bike crash story in 2003. Front brake lock up, downhill about 40K. Oh, flew a good distance, left a 2-foot wide blood stain where you landed. God damn. See, that's why I never indulge in physical activity. It just fucking hurts you. Ugh. People fucking die exercising, is what I'm saying. Um, yeah, not great. I got that finger broken. This is a little bit crooked. Can you see if I put it against the black? See that finger's crooked? This one's not. That one's crooked. Got smashed by a cricket ball and didn't get set properly, and all the little fragments of bone rejoined in a weird way, and the finger's crooked now. Hey, Wolf Northern, we've just been talking and chatting as per usual. Nobody keeps telling me about injuries. So if you got rolled over wearing winter gear, so you've still got my. Have I got many scars? I mean, I don't have many visible scars. The scars are kind of on my head where you can't really see them. If I shave my head, you said. So what's that, Kirsten? Australian Whiskey Holdings, company that now owns Lark, bought Nant, tried to rip the investors off again. Oh dear. So Peter Bignell bought the barrels and bottled the spirit as remnant. Oh, nice. Hey, Raiders. For those who don't know what Kirsten and I are talking about there, someone came up with an investment scheme. See, when you're making whiskey, you have to age it. So all the expense you go to of distilling the whiskey and storing it, you don't get any money back on it for years. I mean, usually 5 years, can be less, but usually at least 5 years from when you outlay the costs to when you can sell it. So someone came up with the genius idea of, hey, I'll get investors to pay. And it's like, okay, if you cover the costs up front, then we'll say, like, you own these barrels, and when they get sold, you get the retail price back, which is way higher than your investment. And it's also kind of cool. So, this is a great investment opportunity. Invest in whiskey. And a lot of people did. And in fact, it was oversubscribed. And the nefarious people behind it just kept taking people's money, and they couldn't possibly produce the amount of whiskey they were promising. And it was this huge scam, and it was a huge drama. And not good. Not good. You like the T-shirt, Safa? Yes, like a stained glass window version of the Doctor. But you haven't crashed for years, nobody. Well, that's best. What are we talking about chopping? I missed something. I've been mowing with a real mower, the kind without an edge, and I've used those in the past, yeah. But I haven't used one in ages, actually. But I have used them in the past. For a small yard, they can be pretty good. Yeah, we've got an electric mower here because we've got a comparatively small bit of grass to go. So just got a smallish electric mower, like it has a battery about this big. Yeah, the electric mowers, because they're just made of plastic and they're really light. They're really cheap. Ye oldie, what's the big Australian brand? Victa, 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 that used two-stroke. They were like fucking tanks. They were just really solid metal and last 50 years. But we don't need anything that outlandish for the tiny bit of grass we got in this place. I should say I'm not sure how long I'm going to last in this stream. If my voice starts to sound a bit croaky or gravelly, it's because I think Mrs. Angry gave me a cold. And yes, it's a cold because the COVID test has already happened and come back negative. So I was feeling like this last night, just like this gross taste in the back of my throat, and the throat's a bit sore. And I'm not really any worse now, but I did have a little bit of trouble sleeping last night. I don't feel that I'm going to make myself yawn just talking about sleep and tired. It's distinctly possible I might crash before the usual 2 hours just because I had trouble sleeping last night, and I may be coming down with a cold. I've got at least the starter one, but sometimes you get really lucky. You know, when you feel the start of a cold and it never really takes hold. Because Mrs. Angry is like quite sick and just like a cold makes you feel like shit. And I'm not that yet. And I think if I'm not tomorrow when I wake up, I'm probably not going to be. I got to get new glasses. I got a message from the shop today that my glasses are in, but I'm not going to go in if I've got a cold, and particularly if I'm like showing symptoms, just having yes, touch my face while I clearly have a cold. I'm not going to do that. So I'm only going to go in if I've got no symptoms. Which, if I'm super lucky, will be tomorrow or the next day, maybe on the weekend. I mean, it's going to be 30 on Saturday. Maybe I should go and find somewhere with a sun deck to have lunch and a cocktail. Treat yourself. No, I did not vomit, Safa. Nothing green. Not even like lots of green snot. Right, did you reckon I got the flu? I reckon it's just a cold. And I think it came from Mrs. Angry's son, who, when he was over at his dad's place, these friends of his dad had colds. And then he's come back to our place, given it to his mum, who's given it to me. I don't know how bad it's going to get for me. Yeah, nobody last year didn't get sick at all. Didn't get sick at all because not around people. Masks. Yeah, first year in ages, I haven't had a cold during the whole year, which was fucking great. And now people are interacting again. I get a fucking cold. So I don't know if they're doing standard flu vaccinations at work. Did last year. So I got my flu vaccination last year. I haven't heard tell if they're going to do flu vaccinations this year. Yeah, because first it's the cold, then it's the plague every time. Yeah. So now I've said it, I'm really conscious of it. I'm going to be coughing and clearing my throat every 5 minutes. So if your friend got a cold from nephew in Melbourne, it's really bad. They can be. Like Mrs. Angry's been sick for a couple of days. Colds are just a fucking drag. The only flu virus I've ever had wasn't the one that's like a cold. It's the one that makes you throw up and shit yourself. Oh, what a hoot that was. And it came on during the night, and I spent 6 hours just vomiting and shitting, thinking I was going to die. 6 hours lying there still with a bucket, occasionally throwing up, and having another little bout of diarrhea, wondering why I hadn't died yet. And then day or two of thinking, oh God, maybe I need to die. This is terrible. But yeah, by day 3, it started to go away. Yeah, it definitely wasn't cold. It was definitely I think it was a swine flu was going around. The stomach flu. Gross. Is COVID worse compared to the Black Plague? No, the Black Plague killed half of Europe. Half the world, and dying from the Black Plague is actually way grosser than dying from COVID as well, with all the boils and the coughing up blood and shit. Yeah, no, but he's tummy bugs, as we like to. Well, there's tummy bugs and tummy bugs. I've had food poisoning before. And I've had the old tummy bugs that make you throw up once or give you diarrhea for a day. This was just violent projectile vomiting for 6 hours, and yep, spraying out both ends. Oh Jesus, it was fucking terrible. It's just like nightmarish. Um, Fucking VidCon. Someone gave it to me at VidCon, and I have mentioned this before, but I narrowly avoided a disaster. It was the last day of VidCon, and I was with some people like after, hey, let's go here, have drinks and dinner. And I was gonna, kick on. I was gonna have drinks. And I don't know, something, I didn't have the energy for it. And it was obviously this fucking flu coming on. I didn't have the energy or the motivation for it. I thought, I want to, oh, fuck it, I'm going home. And I went home. And then a couple hours later, the flu really kicked in. That's when the vomiting and stuff started. Could you imagine if I'd been drinking booze for 2 or 3 hours and then a stomach flu kicked in while I wasn't at home? That would have been just like a worst case scenario, uncontrollable shitting. And I would have had to call an ambulance, I think. I honestly think I would have had to call an ambulance and just go, I'm far from home. I am absolutely incapacitated, just vomiting and shitting myself. Help. Oh, man, I so dodged a bullet there. That would have been terrible. Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of sort of low-level sort of flu tummy bugs, and there are way worse ones than the one I had. But yeah, that was only a couple of years ago, and that's the worst like stomach flu I've ever had. It was fucked. And because it wasn't a lung one, it was a stomach one. Because of course, you get the flu, you can end up with pneumonia or whatnot, and then you're fucked for. Even if you make a full recovery, you are fucked for weeks. You are absolutely fucked for weeks. So yeah, I was kind of lucky it was a stomach flu, but it didn't feel lucky at the time. Did not feel like it. Yeah, having a snack, Chris. What, I always lose track. What time is it where you are, Chris? It's That's the other thing. I've been in this weird mood all day, kind of wanting to eat. I didn't do it because I'm still, doing my whole weight loss thing. But spent lots of time going like, I think it's because I had this gross taste in the back of my throat. It's like, eat something really junky. Get some chips or chocolate. Just, just something really fucking junky. And I was like, no, I haven't done that for like a month now, so don't start now. But I kind of got over it. Kirsten, you got flu in 2014. Oh, and then got post-viral fatigue, which almost kills you. See, that's the thing. It can fucking ruin your body. And that's what COVID does to a lot of people as well. They recover from the COVID, but it's fucked their body up. 2:43 a.m. for you, Chris. 8:43 p.m. for us. Oh, Raiders, you had to do that. Did you go to hospital because of uncontrollable diarrhea? Yeah, no. But yeah, that's the thing. If it was almost like a premonition, like my body's saying, "Don't go out eating and drinking. Go home." If I'd have stayed out eating and drinking, that would have just been the absolute worst imaginable situation. And I don't think I would have had an alternative, but to call an ambulance and just say, I'm going to fucking die. I'm from home. I can't get in the car. No taxi's going to take me. And I'm vomiting and shitting myself. I need an ambulance because I'll fucking die if I'm left here. Oh, God, nobody. Glandular fever. Fucked you for life. Got it in high school. I got it at uni. And it was a weird experience because, like, living with a girlfriend at the time, I don't remember if it was summer, but anyways, like lying in bed, and I was just bathed in sweat, and I just thought it was a hot night because I was just like, ugh, and I was absolutely drenched in sweat, and my brain wasn't working, and I wasn't thinking anything of it. But then I looked at my girlfriend, and she's not sweating, and I went, "You're not sweating," and she goes, "No," and I said, "I am," and she went, "Fuck, you sure are," and I was like, "I think I need to see a doctor." Had to get blood tests, and it was glandular fever. And then he warned me. He said, if you get sick again in the next year and get tested again, you'll test positive for glandular fever again. And I went, okay. And it happened about a year later. I got sick again, blood test again, glandular fever again. Fortunately, no long-term effects. I don't know that my temperature got to 40 degrees. Nobody. I don't know how high it got. It was just like I was just bathed in sweat. It's really gross, quite honestly. And I think I got off lightly, really. It was quite unpleasant for a while. The most annoying thing is they make you do blood tests, right? Because they need to test there's glandular fever. And I hate blood tests, and they weren't enjoyable. And I was a bit freaked out by them, but I survived it. And it's like, oh God, that was fucking horrible. Then I get the test back, and the doctor says, yeah, it's glandular fever. And I go, oh, what do we do now? He says, oh, nothing. There's no treatment. I was like, the fuck did I have to go through that blood test for? And he said, oh, we had to make sure it wasn't something else because there are other things with similar symptoms that are far worse than glandular fever. And I was like, oh, right. Well, fuck. Yeah. Oh, nobody at 40-degree fever. I bet you thought you were dying. Jesus. And that's the thing. When you're really, really sick, it can be very hard to conceive of ever recovering from it. And particularly when you're young, it's a sort of terrifying experience. It's just like, fucked. So, yeah, thinking you were dying is pretty normal. Well, oh dear. Well, because I mentioned this lark liqueur, now I want to have some. So is it sacrilege to put it on ice? I just like it cold. Comes in this sexy bottle, which I may keep. The bottle. It's just a 350ml bottle. They say to do. No instructions. Tasmania's first single malt whiskey came from Lark. For the liqueur, it's pretty high ABV, 32.9% alcohol. Yeah. I'm going to try this. Slump Share. Because why not? Sorry, I'm just looking something up. Sorry, I just had to do some stuff, and I'm back. Oh, Chris, that's the thing you call mononucleosis. That could be the same thing. Chris, I had to look up something on Twitch, basically. So, because I don't even know how it works. It's that silly. It's just that silly. Sorry. This is like really boring as I try to understand something. No. I'm giving us a soundtrack while I right. So sorry for being distracted and boring. That will work. Just as a by the by, Twitch is stupid as fuck. Wolf Northern, AD's going to be on whenever he's well enough to be on. He was on twice in the last week, which was actually pretty good for him lately, because health not good, even by AD standards. Because it's kind of like when you have to ask if AIDS is okay, even if he says yes, I'm good. That's with an asterisk. That's for certain values of good or okay, as in that's by the AIDSy standard. Because even when he says he's feeling good, he will be having chronic pain and headaches and limited mobility, and that's on a good day, and the bad days are much worse than that. So, yes. So I don't know, when was it, lazy? When did we last see him? Saturday night, Friday or Saturday night? We saw him, and that was all fabulous. Yes, nobody. And when it's not good by AIDSy standards, it's very, very bad by most people's standards. And it's not good at the moment. It is absolutely not good. But he's a little trooper and he soldiers on. You know what? Even if it's frowned upon, well, here's the thing. I could chill this, or I could just put it on ice, and it might be frowned upon to put it on ice. But what do I care? Stella, hello and good evening. I think that Johnny Walker is 200 years old, possibly. Um, What's it? I'm spelling it wrong. Johnny Walker start? 1820. Yeah, 200 years. There you go. There you go. Although in 1820 it was a whiskey store, didn't start whiskey blending till 1865. Brand of Scotch whiskey now owned by Diageo. Like all the big brands are owned by about 3 companies, I think. First established by grocer John Walker. Most widely distributed blended Scotch in the world. Over 220 million bottles annually. Let's see. So he opened a grocery store. Grocery wine spirits. Excise Act relaxed strict laws on distillation of whiskey, reduced by a considerable amount the extremely heavy taxes on the distillation and sale of whiskey. By 1825, Walker, who was a teetotaler, was selling spirits. In short order, he switched to dealing mainly in whiskey. Since the blending of grain and malt whiskies was still banned, he sold both blended malt and grain whiskies. Sold made-to-order whiskies blended to meet specific customer requirements because he didn't have a brand of his own. Again, using his name on labels years later, selling a blended malt as Walker's Kilmarnock Whiskey. There you go. Brand became popular. His son and grandson established the whiskey as a well-known brand. There you go. Spirit Act of 1860 legalized blending of grain whiskies and malt whiskies, ushered in the modern era of blended Scotch whiskey. There you go. Little bit of Johnny Walker history. Hello, Megaleech. Nadru. That'd be my name. Oh, God. No, Stella AIDS is always unwell. It's only the degree of unwellness that varies. So, yeah, it's a bit cheeky for Johnny Walker to say they've been around 200 years because the first actual Johnny Walker whiskey didn't come out till the 1860s. There was a grocery store run by John Walker, opened in 1820. Suffer with the US really against booze? Well, they did introduce prohibition. They're not the only people to do it, but and there are still some really weird licensing laws in the US. Oh no, Shieldsy, another place on the Sunshine Coast. Just got out to this friend of mine, Eva, who I used to make videos with when she lived in Melbourne. She moved to Brisbane, Queensland, 10 years ago. She was coming to visit Melbourne for Easter. I think she's on the Sunshine Coast, and she's just basically freaking out as it becomes more and more likely she won't be able to come to Melbourne because the exclusion zone expands. So she's really tense at the moment. Yeah, Shieldsy, I do think Queensland's going to have a lockdown at Easter. It might be slightly less strict than it is at the moment, but they're not going to raise restrictions. Like last time, we had the 3-day one in Melbourne. It only lasted 3 days because we only found one case. Not so in Queensland. It's spreading. So I think there's going to be, the same lockdown might continue for a while, but it might ease a little bit. Who knows? Who knows? You know what? I'm just going to have some of this on ice. Damn the torpedoes. Full speed ahead. Just my little rocks glass, I think. My little rocks glass. And a Chunko ice. Here's my ice baby. Do 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 do. Dun, dun. Vanilla ice baby. I'm waiting for this supposed clear ice cube maker to arrive. I don't know if I'm being ripped off. Maybe. Anyway. Oh yeah, the ice cracked because I didn't temper it. Stella, when are your staff's planning to visit Mum in Queensland in May? Starting to freak out about not being able to get to WA. Yep, that would be a thing that's a real possibility. So it looks like Scotch, but it's a bit thicker. Like it's just got that very slightly viscous thing because it's a liqueur. It smells like whiskey. Not a really strong smell. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, if you really stick your nose in there, it'll like you burn the nostril hairs a little bit. Oh my God, that's good. Wow. That is just really good. That is, I mean, it's a honey liqueur. It's so honey. And then you actually get the whiskey burn going down. It's so sweet. Oh my God. Wow. This is just like a dessert. It's just a little dessert, really. Whiskey with honey and herbs. How do they describe it? It's single malt whiskey, selection of botanicals. It's not a honey liqueur, it's just a liqueur. It's really sweet though. Nobody. It's pretty good. It's a little bit pricey. It's like $50 for a 350ml bottle. But it's very special. Just have a little sippy sip. Oh my fucking God, that's good. It's got just enough of the whiskey kick still in it. But, oh my God, it's good. Still, you keep saying May is ages away. But the WA isolation protocol has been staying in place for 3 weeks after zones have been removed from hotspot. Yes, yeah. And look, what we learned is you can't fucking make plans at the moment because the best laid plans oft go astray when you get a little outbreak with no warning. Yes, Shieldsy's saying WA is not a state, just a mine. Stella can't argue. That's definitely Stella's part of WA, all about the mines. Oh, yes. Okay, that was a good purchase. That's a slightly pricey purchase, but worth it. I mean, you could just spend a night knocking this back and getting pissed. That seems rather wasteful for me. Thing to be savored, just have a little bit of it each time. I could even argue I had too much this time, but just a little sip. That's a treat. That's the treat, that one. That's a sometimes treat. I'm just looking at this cold and flu thing that Mrs. Angry found in one of our cupboards. Looks like you could use it as a cocktail ingredient, really. So black elderberry. Yeah. I reckon you could make cocktails with this. Black elderberry sounds like a really good cocktail ingredient. So you're having a midlife crisis, looking at other career paths. What the fuck else would you do rather than mining? Yeah. It's like I've been doing what I do for 20 years. Not really thinking of doing anything else. Yeah, I did see the story about those hacks, Safa, Channel 9 and Parliament House both got hacked, possibly same attack, who knows. I should read more on that because I'm working in security, but I didn't. Oh, god damn, that's good. So now I think I'm just checking something. Sorry, I'm back to just checking something on stream. No, okay. I got to change some settings back, basically. Off. And okay. Sorry, I just think there's a function on what do you call it? Twitch. When you ban someone, they can request to be unbanned, which I've never seen on any other platform. And I just saw there was one from 6 months ago. And of course I didn't remember, but it actually shows like this fuckwit in chat just basically posted 3-4 like offensive, obnoxious lines. So I banned him. And then as the nerve to send this thing like, oh, what did I do? Please unban me. I was just like, fuck you, little shitbag. Anyway. He said to Stella, you just want to stay off Centrelink in Kalgoorlie. Why not? Well, I didn't see that, Safa. What is an under investigation show about Putin? I don't think Putin likes people challenging him. He has them killed, or he tries to kill them. Putin does not like people or situations that threaten his power, basically. So, yeah, but then again, yeah. Putin's a wannabe dictator. Yeah, Shields is the banhammer. It is the most ridiculous thing when someone acts like an absolutely obnoxious bag of shit and then goes, well, what's to ban me for? There's no reason to ban me. And because like I banned so many, I had no idea who this fucking person was. It was from 6 months ago. But it's funny, Twitch, kept a record of their chat, so it was super fucking obvious why I banned them. And they were. This is when we were in lockdown, and he was going like, "Do you support Dan Andrews? You're a fucking cunt." And it's like, ugh, go away, you sad, pathetic, boring child. But I know I had someone come at me in Twitch like, oh, what? No, on Twitter. Why'd you ban me on YouTube? And it's going, A, I've got no fucking idea who you are. B, you know why I banned you. No. Okay, see, now I know I banned you because you're lying, because you know without any doubt why I banned you. And then they went, yeah, okay, I know it's you. You know, it's just like one of the fucking troll supporters. And it's just like people doing the dumbest things saying, oh, why'd you ban me? What, you fucking know why I banned you. Do I hate cold weather? Oh, really? I don't like it. Oh, yeah, Chris, no, the ban hammer's awesome. And I use it liberally. But yeah, Twitch has the stupidest behavior of any platform I've ever been on when you try to ban someone. It's ridiculous. So yes, I find it really, and lucky you guys didn't see just the stupid shit that was happening on Twitch, but I did, and it was annoying me, and I wanted to block that fuckwit while the blocking was good. It did eventually work, but Twitch is so fucking weird. Yes, Saf, we all want to ban people in real life, like the high school bullies and whatnot. Yeah. It's like I had that on a. No, it wasn't. I made a thing for my channel that says, I have a ban. I have a block button in real life. It's on the bottom of my shoe. Come over here and I'll show it to you. Wolf, was it the guy from Happy Pokemon Day? I don't think so. If you mean tonight, it was just some really, really bored, sad fucking rando who's was just spamming comments, just like, you know, just the saddest of sad little fucks. And I don't think I banned anyone on Happy Pokemon Day, so yeah. Yes, nobody. I vote we ban Morrison as well. I refuse to call him by his self-appointed nickname because he's a fucking festering bag of shit. And I usually don't react well to anybody who self-declares a nickname because that's not how that shit works. But I'm certainly not going to call that fuckwit by a friendly nickname that he actually likes. Fuck him. It's great when I found out that he really doesn't like Scotty from marketing. He thinks it's mean. Good. It's a completely inoffensive, innocuous thing to call him, but he's still a whiny little baby about it. So Scotty from marketing it is. But I think he also doesn't like that because it's reflecting back on how shithouse he was in marketing. Like he was responsible for a super bad Australian tourism ad that was very bad, and he left under mysterious circumstances that kind of don't look good. But anyway, yeah, and that's why I just sometimes I'll call him Scummo, Scotty from marketing because he doesn't like that, or just Morrison because he's a fucking dickhole. Like I won't call Albanese Albo because he basically said, yeah, I'm Albo, I'm everyone's mate Albo. Fuck off, dude. That's not how fucking nicknames work. You don't get to declare your own nickname to something that you want. So, yeah, no, he's just Albanese. Well, apparently, it's like people pronounce his name different ways and he doesn't care. Some people say Albanese. I think because it's Italian, it would be Albanese. Albanese. Something like that. But yes, nobody. We all heard about what the bloody hell happened. Yes, that was a good hashtag because it was like, I think even a cursory investigation into Morrison's time at Australian Tourism and Dutton's time in the Queensland Cops would uncover some extremely interesting information. I have my doubts about them. Helly and hello, Kirsten. You got distracted by distillers chats on Instagram. Why not? Why not indeed? So, yes, it's a lot happening in this world. So he's speaking about to watch a bit of Henry's live stream on Sunday night just before I went to live. So I got to see a bit of that. It's kind of fun when you find various things. But yeah, it's the big old internet. There's lots of stuff on it. Again, I apologize if I'm vague. I think the probable cold I have developing is fogging my brain somewhat. So I'm easily losing track of what I potentially want to say. Aha! But yeah, I love how Morrison just continues to flail like he can't. He does not deserve a break, but he can't catch a break. Like he started doing all these photo ops. Oh yeah, after saying this bullshit about like just leaving the fucking country a year ago when those horrific bushfires were happening, and his complete lack of comprehension as to why people thought that was a shit thing to do. I was like, fucking dude, really? And just his inability to get it was wild. And so with the floods and stuff, he's done all these photo ops with sandbags and moving rubbish and stuff. And it's just like, and people are just saying, now you just look like a cunt doing a photo op. It's like, people are suddenly being less forgiving of you, you bag of fucking shit. She was saying, you saw a news post on Facebook. Brisbane was like a ghost town. Yeah, that's like Melbourne during the lockdown. There was a great video. This guy was a tram driver, had his phone or camera set up in the front of the tram, and his route went through the Melbourne CBD when lockdown was on, and there was fucking he's just going through these empty streets. And there's like nobody about. Yes, and I agree, Safa. Morrison's had too many holidays and he gets paid too much. I like that, Raiders should have sandbags tied to his ankles for the run up to the next election. Yeah, at this point, he'd have to be feeling a bit fucking nervous about the next election because he was fucking shitting it in. He was getting away with all sorts of shit, and Labor didn't stand a chance, in my opinion. Now they stand a chance, and I think Albanese senses that as well. He's gone on the attack a bit more. Ooh, nice. Kirsten stalking the West Australian gin distilleries for tours, etc. Because you're obsessed because you're going to go back to visit your mam in the WA. Oh, excuse me. I think I should drink water. Man, I was only like a shot of that and I can feel it. Yummy. Nobody thinks Gamo's pay should get docked or the extra money go helping the people he continues to fuck. Yeah. That's a fine idea, nobody. He is paid far too much. Well, any Australian Prime Minister is paid far too much. They're one of the highest paid political officers in the world. It's a fucking joke. They just voted that pay rise for themselves. Oh, okay. Wolf Northern, internet's playing up. You got to go. Fair enough. Thanks for dropping in, man. Yes, Kirsten, definitely. Crossing everything in the hope that nothing else goes wrong because Western Australia is so brutal with the border closures that you do get to go home, visit your mam. Trying to decide, no, I don't think I'm going to drink this tonight. I think I'm done drinking the alcohol. This is my very rummy clarified drink. I can see you. Yep, nope, I would be very drunk. I'm going to drink water. I still drink it from my rocks glass because that looks cool. Need some water. That was really weird. That was really only about it might have been a double. I poured myself of the Lark Slanche liqueur. Oh yeah, nobody. Absolutely put all the politicians on job seeker. I'm 100% in favour of that. Yeah, Shieldsy. New faces in politics generally would be good. I agree. Oh, I need to hydrate. I think I'm really going to sleep hard. Yes, Raiders, you may be right. People in the Liberal Party, few of them might be on job seeker sooner rather than later, which is a fun joke. But of course, they get cushy fucking corporate deals, and then they just act as lobbyists. It's a fucking scam. It really sucks. But yeah, what are you going to do? Yep, sorry, I must be coming down with something because just that one little thing of the liqueur, and I am feeling it. So I just need to hydrate a bit before going to bed. See if I feel tired. I definitely feel tired. We'll see how I go with sleep tonight. I'm not running off just yet, but yeah, definitely hoping for a bit of sleep tonight. Oh yeah, right. Eugenia sends them to the IPA. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, see, no, but yeah, that's the thing with not drinking all that much. You feel it, and it's pretty good. Like that was one drink. I'm sure it was only a single. Might have been a double. But I can just tell that if I have more, I'll be really. Oh, and I thought, oh, now's not really the time for that. Did I have a busy work day? Not too busy. Fucking, my brain's getting a workout with the shit I have to do at the moment, which is good. Which is good. I just gotta. It's kind of like I got given documents someone else had done, and they are terrible and they don't make any sense. And it's like, here, can you make these make sense? And I was like, fuck. And I've been working on them for weeks, and they fucking do my head in. Although I started to make headway, but it's going to be. And I fortunately I get the occasional distraction. Someone goes, "Can you help me with this, or can you do this?" And I went, "Yep." I'll just put this horrible shit aside for a couple of days, and I'll work on something else. And it's like a mental palate cleanser, and I can work on it. Oh, that's an interesting suggestion, Raiders. Multivitamins, rest, and hot water instead of tepid. Oh, Mrs. Angry makes a really nice I'm feeling sick drink that has honey and lemon and herbs in it. Actually, I might just make a booze version of that. This for the honey. My limoncello for the lemon. One of the herbal liqueurs for the herbs, and then just some hot water. That's a fucking wicked idea, actually. Just sit on the lounge with this hot drink, hot boozy drink, and you sit there going, yeah, I'm getting well. So nobody cat gave you a present. Heard her yelling something's wrong. Oh my god, she dropped a gecko. I thought you were going to say she shat on your bed or something. This fucking wasp, not a normal one, and I wasn't sure it was a wasp because it's really unusual. These blue wings, and it kind of flew into the window there. But so I'm facing that window when I'm working, and it flew into that window. And it was the second time I'd seen it. But I was actually eventually able to catch it and put it outside. And I took a picture and put it on Twitter and said, "Hey, bug Twitter, what the hell is this?" And I'll find it. Someone actually ID'd it for me. It was, let me see. A blue flower wasp. So it is capable of stinging, but tends not to, because apparently they're not that aggressive. But look, I'll show you. See if that comes up. Look. The blue wings are actually quite pretty. So that's a bit larger than it was pretty big, but that's a bit larger than life. Yeah, so I was able to catch it and put it outside, not get stung. I don't think it was real well, honestly. Kirsten, your favorite get well drink? Twofold hot toddy with Aussie Drambuie, honey and lemon. Excellent. Well, see, I was thinking of this and a limoncello and maybe something herbal. What? Because I've got a couple herbal things. What could I put in? Could put Ochre Gold. I could put Benedictine. Green chartreuse, maybe. Yeah, and it's unusual. I've never seen one of them before, but they're a known thing. And it used to run screaming from wasps. Go quiver in a corner. I'm not real comfortable around wasps, and although that was a very unusual one, yeah, it was validated as a wasp, which can sting you. But I don't think it was real well. It was very dopey, and I was able to catch it and put it outside. So, Sunbear, you know them as steel blue sawflies. Didn't know they could sting. I don't know. Might actually be a different thing. But I looked, someone ID'd it, and I looked up a thing, and it was like they're a typical wasp in many ways, and it's like they can sting you, but they're not aggressive, so it's quite unlikely you'll get stung by them. It's interesting. They're the type of wasps who do the thing that when they catch a prey, like some sort of grub or something, and they'll sting it in a way that paralyzes it and then lay eggs inside it. And of course, the eggs hatch and eat the grub from the inside out because the grub's still alive. But what the description I read said is they don't protect their larva or a nest or anything like that. And so that's when wasps are aggressive, when they're protecting something, and saying these ones don't protect anything. So they're very unlikely to sting you unless you like hassling them. But I've literally never seen one before. And then one was in this fucking room, which was a bit weird, honestly. Safa, I'm sure some wasps were introduced. The guide I saw said this is in Australia and North America, and I think Europe as well. Abigail, greetings to you. Yes, megaleech, fresh meat. That's why they don't kill the grubs. They sting, they paralyze them and lay eggs in them, and so the little larvae get fresh meat. Sunbear, you collect dead ones. Very fast moving and timid. That one was definitely sick. Oh, yeah, no. I think it was already sick, but it hit the window there with some force and then just sat at the bottom going, shit. I think it was possibly already on its last legs when that happened. But for whatever reason, it was very bleh, and I was able to catch it and put it outside. And also take a picture of it because it was just sitting there. Shieldsy, on New Year's Eve, 2 hours in, happy. 4 hours in, it's out of it, bit all over the place. Yeah, well, it was fucking 7 hours, man. New Year's Eve was 7 hours. We had to see in Stella 3 hours later. And I might add, because Nettie and Abigail were actually here, and they kept going with. Oh no! Nettie went home. We got Nettie and her offspring bundled off in a taxi, but Abigail stayed here, and I don't know how long the after party was, but I went to bed at 3 a.m. And that's when I found out that we were so noisy we had kept Mrs. Angry up the whole time. Oops. I was just telling her we love you. That's why we did it. But like, okay, even like last Friday, that was like 8 till 1. Man, I was fucked at the end of that because sometimes Friday night goes till 2, but it was like 1, and I'm like, no, I'm fucked. I am fucked. I must have drunk a little bit more than I realized, and as I was going to bed on the lounge because I didn't want to disturb Mrs. Angry, and I as I was staggering around, I'm going, oh man, I'm so fucked. I'm going to pay for this. I'm going to pay. But I was fucking fine on Saturday. I was genuinely surprised the degree to which I was fine on Saturday because I felt kind of fucked when I was going to bed. That was it. Like I would seriously have only had to have, I think, one more cocktail on Friday night to be in a like throwing up stage. So I'm glad I didn't do that because, as it turned out, I was fine. So, somebody, you correct dead critters, but you don't kill them yourself. Okay. Oh, Chris, last time you fucked that hard, you never got to reach around. That's just impolite. That is just impolite. Geez, someday maybe I should have kept that wasp for you because it wasn't. It was not long for this world, basically. Yeah, absolutely. Literally, Abigail and Stella saying after party was wild. I didn't need to know. I went to bed. I don't have time for these scruffy young tearaways and their wild and crazy ways. I was this go into bed. So. But hey, this weekend's Easter, so who knows? No fucking work for 4 days, so that gives potential for. And I am not fucking going hard all these nights. I am too old. I can't do that. But there's Thursday night, there's Friday night, Saturday night is date night, so I won't be live. But then there's Sunday night because I don't have to go to work on Monday. So who knows? Who knows? Still, everyone got naked. Well, I mean, so did I, but I was in bed and I wasn't on the after party. So, English, did Abigail clean up the kitchen? I don't remember. I don't remember what state the kitchen was in the next day. There was some spilled drinks. I remember that. Bit fucking sticky from spilled drinks. Yes, Chris, we can talk from. Sorry, you're just cracking me up, Abigail. It's funny. Yeah, you slept for a long time the next day, Abigail. Is all I'm going to say. Yeah, because God, I was up like I think I was up like 4 hours before you, Abigail. Then again, I may well have gone to bed 4 hours before you because I don't know. Oh, okay. The kitchen was magically clean when you were. Yeah, well, we'd had time to clean it up while you were sleeping. Oh, yes, that's right, Annette. Annette, I actually forgot till you said that you fell on your ass. Yes. So still, it was lights out before we went to bed. Oh, funny times, funny times. You know, New Year's Eve. So what you got to do? Yeah, no, I actually want some more water. It's only 9:30. I tell you what, this fridge was a good purchase with its dispensing of chilled water. Oh, ooh. Yeah, water's good. Gotta have some water. Shieldsy, downhill before midnight. Look, it was. It absolutely was. But yeah, my excuse was it was New Year's Eve. And she's like, what'd you do? What are you going to do? So for taking a drink bottle to the bedroom at night is good. Because if I like wake up in the night, it's like, oh, I'll go to the, just go and take a piss. And I've got a little cup in there and I'll just like pour a cup of water and drink some water and go back to bed. So it's like I kind of said the the cocktail video I uploaded on Monday night was my clarified milk punch video, and that was filmed in stages over Friday night. And the first bit, I was completely sober. I hadn't drunk any booze at that. No, I had that one warm-up drink, I think, but I was basically sober. And the last bit was like 4 hours later. I was not sober for the last bit. In fact, the last bit starts with me like, full disclosure, I've been drinking for hours and I'm not even sure I can do this closing. This might never appear, but it might. And it did. It was fine. I put it up. But yeah, there's a noticeable difference, me at the start of the video and me at the end of the video. So, yeah. And I've still got some of it because I made heaps of it. I made about 500 mils of it, which is a lot to make that stuff. But yeah, now it's just making drinks. Because one of the videos, my April Fool's video, which normally the video would go live on Wednesday night, but it's not April Fool's till Thursday. So I'm going to upload it on Thursday morning, my April Fool's video. Don't even have a cocktail in that one. And then there's a cocktail for Friday. So how many other cocktails did I make? Like 3? I think I made 3 other ones. So I had like 4 or 5 cocktails. Some of them must have been a bit strong because, like I said, I was locked. There's like, 1 a.m. So the drinks were spaced out over 5 hours, but I was still fucked at 1 a.m. Maybe I had more than 5. I don't fucking remember. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, no, I was just thinking as I was going to sleep, it was like, oh, I'm so fucked. I am going to pay for this. But I was largely fine. It's like the worst side effect was just a slightly upset tummy for most of the day, actually, but particularly the morning. Morning is just like, yeah, you know what I'm going to do? Breakfast of champions, energy drink and bacon sandwich. So that was the cheat meal from because I'm mostly doing the meal replacements at the moment, and kind of like every second or third day I'll have something that's a bit decadent. It's like Saturday I had a bacon sandwich, and another night I had a burger, and another night I had a pizza, and another night I had ramen. So mixing it up a bit. I think it was all meal replacements today. Was it? Yeah, I think it was like one of them bars and 2. There you go. Now I'm just talking about fucking diet food. Scintillating conversation, Angry. Good job, that man. Yeah, but who knows? Soon, in the next week, certainly, maybe as soon as this week. Oh no, by this weekend. See, I'm sitting here talking to you, and I'm like, in my head, it was Friday or something, and I was like, no, it's fucking Tuesday. So by this weekend, I'll be down to my pre-COVID weights. Yeah, Abigail, well, it's been working for me. I've been surprised at how not hungry I've been. Chris, I think the recommendations, it's only like, well, okay, because I'm like a huge fat bastard. So I think having 3 meal replacements is fine. They kind of recommend maybe 2. But you can have veggies as well. So Mrs. Angry will occasionally make something very nice that's just all veggie, and I'll have that. Like I was extolling the virtues of cauliflower mash the other day. It's pretty much as good as potato mash. I just don't put butter and milk in it. And in fact, honestly, I think the cauliflower mash. I will have to double check. I don't think Mrs. Angry puts milk or butter in the cauliflower mash. And when I make potato mash, I put butter and milk in it. And if the cauliflower mash doesn't have that in, I think the cauliflower mash is better than potato mash without butter or milk. Potato mash with butter and milk is really good, though. Pretty decadent. So tomorrow's we developed this for no apparent reason. Developed this tradition with my offspring. Thursday night's takeaway night. Get just a takeaway of whatevs, whatever anyone's in the mood for, and yeah, and like I said, sometimes it's a burger, sometimes it's pizza, sometimes it's ramen, Asian food, something like that. But tomorrow's Wednesday, so I may or may not have something that's not a meal replacement tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, I'm intrigued, Megaleech. What is Dutch warm potato salad? I'm intrigued by that. Or Dutch mashed potatoes, actually. Oh, and I need to ask Mrs. Angry a quick question. When you make the cauliflower mash, is there anything added to it, like milk or butter? Oil. Okay. So it's way healthier than the potato mash I make. And so I will go on record. Cauliflower mash without additives is better than potato mash without additives. Normally when I make potato mash, there'll be butter and milk in it, which makes it better. But I think cauliflower mash done simple actually tastes better than potato mash done simple. That's my big call. You heard it here first, kids. And this is a brand new thing. How Kirsten, you make cauliflower mash in the thermos? Okay. Oh no, not you don't mean thermos. No, you mean the Thermomix. Yeah. I think Mrs. Angry either boils it or microwaves it, and then when it's all soft, put it like in a tea towel and squish all the water out, and then you find out that a cauliflower is 75% water. Because when you squish all the water out of it, there's like you start off with this whole cauliflower and cook it, and so it's really soft, and then squish the water out of it, and it's way less in volume. Also, cauliflower pre-cooking, not that dense. So when you squish it down denser, it's much less volume. So Dutch mashed potatoes, mashed spuds, butter and milk. Holy shit! Diced bacon, soft-boiled eggs, lettuce, spring onions, vinegar, and chorizo. Okay, lettuce is sounding weird to me. Is the lettuce mixed in to the mashed spuds, or is it on the side? All the other stuff, while extraordinarily decadent, makes sense to me. I'm confused by the lettuce. Maybe I'm just uneducated to the ways of the Dutch, but lettuce in mashed potatoes. It's mixed in at the end. Okay, I guess. Oh, you do it with other fucking green leaves. Like people are always putting, coriander or parsley or something in mashed potato. Why not shredded lettuce, I guess. Fucking decadent, though. Butter and milk and bacon and chorizo and egg and spring onion and lettuce. Jesus, that's fucking decadent. So yes, I'm not supposed to eat stuff like that, but and you're supposed to have a tablespoon of oil a day or something, or your liver or bladder might be in trouble. So, one thing is just to put, particularly in the shakes, it's easy to do, just put a spoonful of oil in them. But the way I came around with it, some avocado. I got some avocado from the supermarket and pureed it, and then froze that little cubes. So then I put a little thing of avocado in the shake, and you get the avocado oil. So apparently the fish oil, to get the amount you're meant to have, you have to have like 10 of those fish oil tablets. And I don't really want to eat 10 of those fish oil tablets. So my current plan is avocado. The oil in avocado, by having avocado rather than avocado oil. So it's learning, but like no exaggeration, because certainly for the last 10 years, mostly my whole life, but certainly for the last 10 years, I have been a lazy, decadent, indulgent fuck. I think with no exaggeration at the moment, I'm probably consuming like 1,000 calories less than I was prior to starting this. So it's like no fucking wonder I'm actually losing some weight, because my calorie intake is so much lower. I mean, so much lower. So yeah, if I wasn't losing weight, I'd be incredibly disappointed, because I'm giving up a lot on this. And most days I'm fine with it. Every now and then I can't stop thinking about eating something. So, but it's weird how often I go like, I want to eat something. I want to eat something. I go, no, you're just bored. You're not doing anything else and you're bored. And what you always used to do when you're bored was eat something. And it was like, and I'm not actually hungry. So I don't have to, or to distract myself, I might have a drink of water or Pepsi Max, saying, basically no calories, but something goes into me and distracts me. So, some fats are meant to help absorb nutrients, so you add nuts or seeds to smoothies for this reason. Nuts would be another good one, actually. Nuts would be another good one. Yeah, Abigail, look, I can't promise what would happen with you with hunger pangs and cravings. I am just absolutely astonished at how little trouble I've had with them. Like, I was snacking all the time, and I've like reduced that 99%. I'm really surprised that I've been able to just like, nope, not going to do that. Not going to eat that snack. I do occasionally have a small one, like, I mean, a very small one. That's what I mean. Like, I've reduced the snacking by 90 to 99%, which I'm fucking amazed by, quite honestly. And because I don't think you're as lazy and decadent and indulgent as me, Abigail. So, I mean, obviously, have no way of predicting how it would work for you, but I've been absolutely stunned at how well it has worked for me. Because you can get a bit creative. Because again, veggies apparently don't count. So if you do something that's all veggie and not deep fried, it doesn't count. Like, you still have the meal replacements on top of that. So every now and then, not every day, but every now and then, Mrs. Angry will make an extra thing. Like I said, like that cauliflower mash, or she did this vegetable bake the other day. Fucking great. And it's like, it doesn't count. Oh, Abigail, lazy and decadent is good. I'm just saying, I don't think you're quite as lazy and decadent as me. And arguably, cake is a lot of veggies, but, it doesn't really count. Like, I was so good. My son he was actually doing some test baking for his birthday. He wants to have a party in June after uni tests are over. And he was doing some test baking. And so he made just a really fucking good cake with like two sponges of the jam, and just this really decadent chocolate icing. I did have a sliver of it, and it sat in the fridge for a week, and I didn't fucking touch it. And the thing that I always did, and this is the thing my mum did, because my mum was very large, is like, you get this thing as a parent, and the kids are eating, you don't want to waste things. Like, I'm going to eat that because it's just going to waste. And that's like such a bad trap. And again, psychologically, I have trouble throwing food out, particularly if it's something, like it's something I like at the table, like a fucking cake. I literally threw out this like third of a cake. I put it out in the backyard for the birds to eat, and possums will knock off what the birds didn't eat today. And I've been absolutely surprised at my ability to do stuff like that, because I used to always go, I should eat it because it's just going to go to waste. And that's how I put on weight, by just eating things because you don't want them to go to waste. But I'm doing much better on that front, because you have to consume a whole nut and you get the runs real bad. But if creamy peanut butter doesn't do it, who knows? Maybe it's the processing. I do like nuts, and maybe I could put nuts in the smoothie, actually. Ooh, yeah, some walnuts maybe. That'd be good. But we got a bunch of flavors of these things over there, the bars and the shakes and the desserts. So get a little bit of variety. Like I said, and I add things to them. I think it's possibly not completely kosher within the rules. I add a banana to the shakes. So I've been buying a lot of bananas and eating a lot of bananas, and just like chop up the banana, whiz it in. Sounded like I was masturbating. You just whiz it in. Yeah, no, it's one of those handheld stick blenders. That's why I was doing that. It's not suggesting I masturbate with bananas. The less said about that, the better. But yeah, so I put bananas. I put ice in as well because I like it to be really cold, and that also adds a little bit more volume. And on Mrs. Angry's advice, she's going like, "Oh, apparently the shortcoming of these is they might not give you enough protein or fiber, but you can get protein powder and fiber powder. So put a bit of protein powder and fiber powder in as well, and whiz all that out." I've got to stop doing that. In more ways than one. But my local parish priest says you got to stop doing that. Abigail, it's banana skins you use. Maybe. Annette, you found a very suggestive banana lamp. Nice. So Chris was at cashews, peanuts, almonds, meat beyond fish, bananas. All fuck you up real good. You're a pescatarian. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So you like walnuts the best, yeah. Banana's a good milk replacement, believe it or not. No, that makes sense. Oh my god, Chris, you ate a beef burger. The pain. I got Annette. You have to like send a link or something. I want to know what the suggestive banana lamp looks like. I am certainly intrigued. What's the time coming up? 5 to 10. Sorry, I just realized what I was wanting to check on my phone. Fuck me, why have I got so many things that need to update? Is there anything I actually care about? Or just all the weird fucking apps I've still got on my phone? I should delete them. Now I look at all these games and go, I might want to play it sometime. Anyway, why not? We're on the Wi-Fi that can just update. I've got too much junk in this house already to be buying suggestive banana lamps. Oh, and yeah, I'm not sure it'll let you put a link in. Can you like message me the link on Facebook or Twitter? Chris, you're missing an organ. That's a little imprecise. Is it a Hammond? Is it a Yamaha? Or is it something that's meant to be inside your skin? Inquiring minds want to know. I think I know which organ you're missing, Abigail. So Chris doesn't have a gallbladder. Okay. Apparently that's why I've got to have oil, because the gallbladder will be suffering if I don't. Safa, you got a free modem upgrade from TVG. I finally got a bloody free upgrade to my Foxtel from Telstra, and they charged me for it. And I've been arguing with them for a couple of days and finally got it sorted out. Missing the 1970s electrical. You want the Hammond B3. That was the classic one that the ska bands all had. A Hammond B3. Get funky with it. Stolen in 2011. That's disappointing. Okay, we've got this electric piano. It's like full-size keyboard that my rotten son said he wanted to learn and then didn't follow through with the lessons. Then Mrs. Angry did a bunch of lessons on it. But I was thinking of bringing it out to the stream. It's really big and awkward. That's why I haven't. But I think because it has automated rhythms, and I could just make songs up about what we're talking about. That would be stupid. Okay, so Messenger. Oh, what was I looking at on there? I'm fucking looking on Facebook here and I can share it. Okay. So Annette has sent me a link. A linky-dinky-dinky-dink. With Lily the pink. Why won't it load? 46% off. What do we got? Okay, I'll do a share screen so you can see the banana lamps just before I go to bed. Okay, Chrome tab, banana lamps. So that's, yes, the banana lamp. The bananas are self-peeling. They're in all their glory. Oops. That's actually less clear on the... Ooh, it's a 12-incher. Egads. So you can get yourself a 12-incher. There you go. They are pretty excited. Yes, it is almost 10 p.m., Chris. Melbourne time. Oh, God. Megaleech, turned your organ into an organ case. Wah. Those Nettie's right. Those are fairly sexual bananas. And they're very pleased to see you. They seem very pleased to see you, basically. And, well, I'm not buying sexual bananas because I spent money buying booze on Costco today. Couldn't resist. I had to do it. And I had been good for, maybe a week. I'd been good for maybe a week. And then I'm bad again. But that's okay. Ooh, speaking of booze, I just have to check something in here. What's that doing? Making a milk clarified thing in here. Yeah. Separating. What's it smell like? Smells like booze. All right. That's mainly liqueurs, so it's quite sweet. I'll clarify that in the morning. Might have it to drink on Thursday night stream. Because, yes, as per usual, I don't expect to be on tomorrow. It's like TV watching night with Mrs. Angry. We started watching The Irregulars on Netflix, which is kind of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Sherlock Holmes. The Irregulars are the Baker Street Irregulars, the street kids Sherlock Holmes used to find information. And it's just got this very supernatural slant. Watched 2 episodes. It's not terrible. It's not great yet. Might get better. Who knows? Gonna watch some more and see if we get into it. But I mean, yeah, it's kind of worth a bit of a look at to see if you like it. Just started on Netflix, The Irregulars. And I think I mentioned on another stream, I watched the new animated series on Prime, Invincible. They released the first 3 episodes of that. That's pretty good. So, yes. But yeah, The Irregulars was okay. Might get better. I'm not completely hooked on it yet, but we shall see how it progresses. But you fine people, look after yourselves, and I'll hopefully see you again soon. But as it's past 10 o'clock now, I'm going to say bye for now.